This is a DLG, or Discus Launch Glider. No motor, but we've got a peg on the wingtip. Finger on top, finger on the bottom, and all we do, we are the engine. We can either go for a longer flight time or for aerobatics. Myself, well, you get one guess. I've always loved DLGs, and not only because of this guy. The whole concept of silent flight without needing a tow plane just fascinates me. With a 1 meter wingspan, it also has benefits over larger versions, like my Blaster II, which you do look kind of ridiculous running around in circles with. This one, without even moving from a standing still point, you can still get a load of height and a full flight. Just like that. But it gets even better than that. It's the same size as the Elf, which I've always loved. What? What do you mean? Oh wait, I just threw a point. Oh yeah, oh no, oh no. Oh yeah. Now you gotta catch it, there we go. With the benefit that this one actually has ailerons, which can also of course work as flaps. But what do you actually get for your money with the Tomahawk Slingshot II? Well, upon opening the box, first thing we find is the wing. Now, there's a few different colours to choose from, but no matter which one you go for, you can describe them all as being bright. The servos for the ailerons are in the fuselage, so the wing weighs absolutely nothing. Depending on whether we're right-handed or left-handed, we will be ordering a different kit though, because the peg comes pre-attached, so we'll be ordering whichever one suits us best. Next up, we have the fuselage, which is half cute. I mean, the rudder comes pre-attached and linked. We then have 2 screws to attach the elevator and a further 2 screws to attach the wing. If we take the nose off, we discover 4 servos. That's right, this thing comes ready to fly. Just add your own receiver and battery. The 4 servos are high-tech HS40s, and they'll cover elevator, rudder and one for each aileron, which is great news because it means we have flaps and we can have some fun with our mixing. Interestingly, unlike the rest of the models in here, the ailerons don't attach to the push rods using ball links. Heck, they don't even use quick links or even a Z-bend. They just use a 90-degree bend, and they make the most of the elasticity of that metal push rod, and they just clip into the hole in the control horn. Simple but effective. And that brings us to the last part in the box, the elevator, which the first thing we notice is that as soon as you let go of the elevator, it goes to full up. But why is that? Well, if you look on the back, inside the hinge area, we find a small piece of piano wire, which acts as a spring, which springs it up. But why would you want that though? Well, it turns out that to save weight, both on the elevator and the rudder, the difference being the rudder comes pre-assembled, so you don't notice that spring effect, the servos are attached via one single pull-pull wire. So rather than pull-pull in both directions, the elevator is always trying to go up and the servo is just pulling it down. Whenever you want to go up, the servo releases and then just goes back to center again. Different system, but it obviously works. Moving back to our radio bay, we need to get our receiver and battery in this small gap at the front. So as it's a tight space, I'm going to be going for the new Powerbox PBR-5XS receiver. XS because it is extra small. In fact, it comes like this. It's just a circuit board. So we're going to cut our servo wires to length, save a little bit of weight from those connectors, and solder everything directly onto the board before heat shrinking it with the wrap that comes included with the receiver. That will all leave us a little bit of extra space to be able to fit our battery in that nose. A battery which is without a doubt the smallest battery in the hangar. At 350 milliamps 1S, it's tiny, but it's just got to move a few servos. There's no motor and no significant power draw, so it's fine. And this is what it looks like, ready to go. So once connected, we then just put our nose cone covering everything up. Just slides on like that. And we're good for launch. So even though it's a venture away from our usual 3D planes and jets, I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed flying the Slingshot II from Tomahawk. If you did, make sure to leave us a like, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. We'll get back to some jet flying and we'll see you all in the next one.